Hi everyone, Messi Coder back again with the second part of my live dev interview with the Uma legend, Secret Anorak. So sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all in a second.
Hope we didn't talk about my acting behaviour.
Shall we? For those who have stayed behind,
No.
Come on, can we? Because I am so impressed. When you told me about that, my respect for you. When I didn't think it could go any higher, but
Three times, didn't it?
It got bigger, and taller.
It swelled.
It did. So yeah, Craig wants to know what you told me.
I am what they call actor.
You can't. You're breaking up as you're saying it. It's like, here's the big announcement. And the microphone just went dead. That was best timing ever. It's, here, Greg, I'm what is known as. Right, try that again.
I shan't repeat myself. No. That's it. That's your lot. That's all you're getting.
Okay, so tell them again, but this time using your microphone.
I am what they know in the business as an actor. I like to boards, you see. There you go. That was it.
There you go. So it's actually a very famous. His real name is. I can't say because he's a very famous actor. So I'm giving away a copy of Secret Anorak's Uma Male Slick Hair. I want you to consider something there, Messi. Neil Tyson said he likes the dragons from Game of Thrones because they are correct, that you only get 4 limbs. Either you have 2 arms and 2 legs, or 2 wings and 2 legs. You never have 2 arms and 2 wings. Both. Now, a dragon has got 2 arms, 2 legs and wings. A wyvern has got...
Whose rule is this?
A wyvern has got 2 legs and 2 arms, but the arms have the wings in because their fingers are the wings tips. You know, they're extended like a bat's. So a wyvern is like a bat. Think of it like that. And the dragon isn't.
I want to know who this Neil Tyson is. What his address is.
It's just a
because I need to write him a strongly worded letter to him. I mean, where are these rules for fantasy creatures? I mean, real life creatures, you've got insects which have got 6 legs and wings. What's wrong with that?
There you go. Exactly. What's your video? Where is your video here?
Yeah, take a hike. Look, we've got a learning journey going on here. Oh, my old logo. Before
you spent $5 on a new one.
No, yes, that one I made myself. So that looks rubbish. Let's spend $5.
Alright, there you go. This is the arm lifting up the legs.
Do you know what the second video? I think that had my favourite response, because while it was loading, I put the intermission music on from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And somebody liked it just because of that.
Nice. This here, right? This little thing here that you've done.
Yes, this is my real job.
Is that this? Hey, one thing. This scene here that you've got the guy. This I love this. Right. What shader is this? Because this looks good.
That's nothing. That's standard Uma.
So what is it? What are your lighting that you got? That because this doesn't look. I mean, I'm not going to be disrespectful to the Uma skin shader that's on the Unity skin shader, but I don't like it at all. Because it doesn't feel like skin. The color always feels weird.
Again, I mean, it's just the way it's lit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing how much has to do with lighting. It's shocking.
Oh, let's not go. Oh, Unity lighting. Oh, exactly.
Really?
Oh, really? Oh, exactly. That's me. That's now Unity lighting.
God, I wish I had the talent, time, or wherewithal to keep making videos like this one.
This is good, buddy. This is good.
Yeah, I was being amusing and everything.
So going back to dragons, wyverns, which leads us nicely back to Eva. Earlier, she was talking about wanting wyverns.
Yes.
What wyvern you used? Where did you get him from?
That was, let me have a look. It's proto. There he is.
This one here.
That's him.
That's
now there is. Where have we got it? That was part of the Unity pack on Humble Bundle. So, but it wasn't just that. It was the $100 and something.
Oh shit! I've got that.
Yes, you have. Got the Humble Bundle goodie. Yes. So it's part of that pack. That's why I thought I'd use it.
I didn't even remember that I had that. I've owned that. I should do something with that pack.
There you are. It's brilliant. There's loads of good stuff in it.
Oh man. Quiggle says, I sat through an hour-long Unity Pro live session on lighting yesterday, just as incomprehensible after as it was before. Oh my word. Seriously?
It's exactly like I was saying before. If you think, yeah, I could do some modelling, the more you get into it, the more you're in. It's the same with the lighting. Lighting is something you think, yeah, I could do that. Stick a couple of lights on, put some post-processing effects. Yeah, look great.
No,
now,
yeah, no.
You've got to be a proper lighting artist to do it properly. Which is why if you want to make a whole game, you just got to sort of rein yourself in.
Bakery helps a lot, but even then, you need to know what you're doing with it, because a lot of times I'm just struggling with it. I'm just struggling.
And when you see a well-lit scene, I think that one you were saying about that, my character creation scene, I think I just got lucky where I slammed the light. Because it's...
Well, that looks really good.
There was no method in it. That was how it turned out. I was lucky.
That's not luck, that's skill.
But yes, that's how I meant
it. These guys' stuff are ridiculously beautiful, and these were on the Cyber Madness as well.
Yes,
but even on sale, it was out of my budget. Now the question is, I don't think you could Umify these because these have already got their own customization on them. So aren't you limited? Like if now this here has already got his own customized heads, tails, make them big, make them small. Does that stop you being able to then Umify something if it already?
No, it's actually prepared for you.
Really?
Yeah, it makes it easier, to be honest. But it kind of begs the question as to why, unless you want to add further modifications to make him wear outfits or something like that. Why would you go through the effort of Umifying him if he's already customizable?
But don't you get a benefit from having being able to have like 10 of the same thing on you? Doesn't Uma optimize stuff? Because you were saying that we're not doing it properly, but if we were,
yeah,
that's part of your tutorial that you're going to do. Because I thought Uma's not just about being able to customize your model. It's also the fact that you've Umified it means that you can get away with having 100 of them in your scene.
Well, if you imagine, for example, let's imagine Uma didn't exist. Then I wouldn't be on here now. But anyway, if Uma didn't exist, typically the way you would produce a customizable character, so you'd have your base naked guy, and if you wanted to add a top to him, that's another skinned mesh that you would add and strap that to the same skeleton so it animates with him. So you've got two skinned meshes being operated by the bones effectively. Stick a helmet on, there's 3 skin meshes, all with their own texture sets, all as separate meshes. Now what Uma does is it combines all those meshes into a single mesh, so it only gets, if you use the same material, it actually atlases all of those different textures you've used, so it's a single draw call. So the point is where if you've got 5 pieces of clothing on a character, that would be 6 draw calls to draw that character. Uma will turn that into 1. And that's why you can start to get away with larger numbers in the scene. Again, obviously depending on how many polygons they've got, but yeah, that's how it helps.
We're obviously doing something wrong when we're struggling to get past 10 or 15 of them. Now, if anyone's using Arteria 3D and you haven't, used many of the tools like Mesh Simplify or anything like that, or Lodding, then it kind of makes sense why you're struggling to have more than 10 of them in your scene.
The thing is, I mean, you say struggling at more Umas. I get non-Uma versions of what you've got on there, the same meshes with the same amount of details, then you'll struggle long before 10.
I think I could get away with 100 dragons.
Well, yeah, we don't care if it's like a slideshow. 100 dragon slideshow's fine.
Have you used anything like GPU instance though with Uma?
No. I saw you did a review of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and it frightens me. What is
it? It's caching all of these many prefabs you've got in your scene, so that just coughing all over the place, so that you don't have to chop all of your computing power. Also, it will generate them on the fly in real time as well, apparently. So that's nice.
On the wise.
But I tried to do it with I had 10 instances of a prefab, and it doesn't really optimize. You optimize it, but for 10 to be put into just one, 10 to be classed as one didn't really do much. But if you had 1,000 prefabs, you had a demo scene with 1,000 trees and 500 comets and stuff and asteroids, it went from having 30, 40 and even at one point 100 FPS to having 600, 700, 800 FPS.
Right.
But if you've got 1 or 2 NPCs walking around, I can see why that probably wouldn't really make much of an impact. But if I had 200 NPCs walking around, I'm hoping that you could use GPU Instancer to help with that.
You see, it's funny because I get a lot of questions. I get PM'd a lot in Discord. I think Uma does an awful lot. I think it's absolutely fabulous what it can do, but it isn't a one-click "I will solve all your problems" solution, which I think a lot of people expect.
It's not the magic button. I thought it was a big red magic button.
I'm afraid it is. I had a guy who recently got in touch with me, who said, "I'm trying to have 5 Uma characters on the screen at once on a mobile, and he said they take forever to generate. It takes a couple of seconds for it to generate. What's going on here?" I said, how many polygons have they got? He said, oh, it's about 57,000. I was like, wow. I said,
what?
Ezio out of Assassin's Creed 2 was about half of that. I said, oh, well, I didn't think it was that. And if you search for poly count recommendations, it's amazing how low the budget on a proper game is. So when you're talking about Arteria, beautiful models, but they far exceed professional poly count recommendations for hero characters.
I remember, I was looking through.
I'm going to find that link.
You need to. I was looking through an old request that I had years ago when I used to source 3D models and arts and stuff for game studios, and we're talking hundreds, not thousands, of polys. And now you're looking at people going tens of thousands. Again,
look, it's what you're doing with that. Are they going to be in the same close up or?
If it's mobile, if it's desktop, is it a console? Yeah. Ken's saying as far as I know, GPU Instancer doesn't work with skin renderers, doesn't it? Yeah, I need to message the guy to see what can be done.
And again, unfortunately, I mean, I always, yeah, I've, great, that's going to work at every distance, every resolution on every device. True. If you look at optimized games, they have LODs and lots of LODs. So it's let me just find this. I've got to find this document. It's something that really is worth sharing with people. But this guy, he was basically about 20 times over polycount recommended for a mobile.
That's impressive, though. You got to take your hat off to him.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to find the auto LOD tutorial that I did. Where are you silly bugger? What did I use the auto LOD for? Fantasy. I honestly can't. Here it is, automatic LOD. Yay! I found the project. I have too many projects.
So welcome to my.
Your save project doesn't match the launched editor. Ah, bumfish. Okay. Can you guys keep track of the versions of Unity that keep on coming out?
Do you not use Unity Hub yet?
No, I don't use it. I stopped using it. It upset me. It kept trying to install things to my C drive, and I kept telling it not to. And there's probably a way you can customize it, but it upset me. Yeah, and I told it no. I've got a solid state C drive. I do not want you to keep on putting nonsense on there. And it's like, no, I like it. I'm like, no, I don't care what you like. Unity Hub. It's my computer. And then you know what Unity Hub says? You're like, no, is it though? Is it? Now that you've installed me on your computer, I think I call the shots. So yeah.
I'm in your base messing with all of dudes.
Well, and why? Okay, Unity is not being picked up by. Come on, you silly badger. OBS is not detecting this version of Unity. Do.
Is this what they call dead air on
This
radio?
is, yeah.
Excellent.
It's just me going do. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's dead air. Okay. So, this is the auto LOD thing, right? And he's got demo scene, model showcase. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. You get mesh simplifier with it, which is the thing that you basically two stage pro we've got here. So we've got, why is there nothing in this scene? Model showcase has got nothing in the scene. Did I accidentally break this demo? Really? Maybe I broke this demo. Probably deleted everything and then saved it. 2. Model showcase number 2. Sample LOD scene. Do. Come on. Come on, you badger. Come on. Okay. Lighting data is incompatible with this current version of Unity. Please use generate lighting to rebuild the lighting data. Oh, we've seen that before, haven't we? Okay, so for some reason, my Unity now is frozen while we're talking, so that's good. That's nice. That's always nice. Messi, you got to use those symlinks to make... Yeah, I know, but I'd use the symlinks, and I don't want to have to keep using the symlinks. It upset me. It upset me. Okay, so... Here we go. We've got... Because, you know, it's got all these objects and things, that, you know, car and... where's the prefab folder? What have we got here? Oh, okay, look, I chucked in a spaceship. Should I stick in a character to see how it's going to look LODing a person? Because these demos show you LODing people. But, problem is, they already exist there as prefabs. When you're chucking in Uma, he doesn't exist in the editor. So how can the LOD tool or mesh simplifier automatically...
You have to do your base meshes, which is far far. Seriously, yes, just download something and do it.
So it's easier to do it in Blender. than it would be to try
Um,
use something like auto LOD.
possibly, yeah.
That's a pain in the bum, isn't it?
In it. Hang on, I'm still looking for this blinking document. Do you know I sent this to someone not so long?
Where's all the sample data? Okay, here data prefabs. Here they are. Look, here's a head.
Good. That's always a
Whoa!
good place to start.
Oh my word, that's okay. Wow. Whoa. That's not the quality of the LOD I was expecting. Ouch.
Well, it was automatic.
I think it's seen. Is it seen all of them at once? Wow, that's beautiful. That's a face only a mother could love, isn't it? Damn. And that's the high quality one. And then, all right.
Again, this is something else that you learn when you start re-topologizing things when you've been doing sculpting. Yeah, there's an art to decimating properly.
I've experienced that with this is which is the one that I played about with. So I played about with this, and what I liked about the auto LOD thing is that you can add areas to say do not like have this.
Don't mess with
Yeah,
this.
don't mess with this. Keep if I'm saying that I'm gonna reduce the mesh for this drastically, then keep this area here as a priority so that you reduce other areas and this area would stay high. Now that's cool because you could do that for noses and eyes and mouths and stuff, but then you can, or actually the opposite. You could say, okay, from far away you won't see his eyes or his
Exactly.
nose.
So you cull them.
So yeah, and I like. It's a shame that this tool.
See now, Unlogic, who isn't here, but he was one of the original UMA developers. He produces something called Power Tools for UMA.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I remember him showing me a demo of his messing about with LODs, and there's an UMA character at a distance, and he's saying he's got no hands or feet. Can you tell? And you can't. But imagine the amount of polys that are used in. Even if you reduce them, they've still got to have quite a lot to actually create those fingers. So it's really looking at them at a distance and trying to see how far you can actually reduce them. And a lot of the time, stuff that when you're looking closer, you think, oh no, those characters there where you know I'm not happy with that. Will you really see that? And that's the whole point, isn't it?
Turn those hands into stumps.
Yes.
And your head into one big ball. You can get away with your head being one big ball. You don't need,
I've often been described like that, yes.
And imagine you've got those hair follicles that you were showing us earlier. When you're standing this far away, yet you're still rendering all those little hair follicles from over here, and you've got 100 Umas walking all over the place with hair flowing in the wind, waving their fingers and blinking their eyelids.
And you wonder why your frame rate drops.
And their tongues in their mouth because the tongues are still there. Because don't forget, your Uma's still got teeth and a tongue if he's talking, hasn't he?
Exactly. And if you look forward to any of my recent tutorials, they'll also have blend shapes in there as well. Yeah, it's I think there's a basic misunderstanding from people who aren't technical artists of what is required to get that many characters onto a screen, whether Uma's involved or not.
I can't wait for your next video on it, man.
But the only reason I'm saying that, I don't claim to be a technical artist, but I appear to have been looking at all of the stuff that a technical artist would know, and I've gradually learned that I'm expecting too much from my computer. And it's all magic that they actually do, that the big game studios do, to make it look like, yes, it's just rendering characters.
Well, you are our designated expert because of your videos. So
Expert.
you, okay, you are the
I like
designated blagger.
I like to think of myself as an explorer.
Well,
Yes.
thank you for taking us on that exploratory journey with you.
Anytime, anytime.
You got my thought, and I can never pronounce your name, buddy. Myth more Skype. This is what I say to people with a 4K screen. If you can see the individual pixels on a 1080 resolution, back up.
Do you know, I've just high-fived my screen there. It's not done any good. It's... I think I've got dead pixels now.
I was
But
saying this to the wife.
I hear you and I'm with you, buddy.
My wife, I was saying to her, like, I don't think we need to buy a 4K TV.
Anything.
Because
4K anything.
yeah, because our eyes wouldn't understand it. Our kids would be looking at the screen too close, and we'll be telling them they're going to get bad eyes. Our eyes at this age aren't good enough, even if my face was mushed against it, probably to see it. So.
Well, I say, what was wrong with VHS? Huh? Nothing.
VHS. What was wrong with Betamax?
Betamax. No, I had Betamax. Thank you.
Are you going to get into a talk now about how the wrong team won that one?
No. Why? We all know the wrong team won that. No need to talk about it.
Myth more Xipe, I would say. That's a good way of pronouncing it. I just say Xipe. Secret Anorak still has tube TV. Oh man, I still remember going to a pawn shop, which was like a old Rumbelows type, where you go and you rent TVs and things. Like we grew up in a world where you didn't buy your TVs and your washing machines and your fridges and freezers and stuff. You rented them. You know, you could buy them as well, but it's common to rent these devices.
Before we get to Rumbelows, yeah, let me just pick big game up here. Where do you get off saying I still own a duty? Huh? Where's it come from? Yeah, Rumbelows, radio rentals. Yeah, I was there in the day. What's this judgment about me and my tube TV? You might be right, but I resent the implication. I'm a modern man. You know, you nearly made me drop my pipe there.
Oh, you made me mute the microphone. I was coughing so much. Well, tube TVs.
I'm watching you.
I remember carrying, because I was like in love with it. When it was a massive TV, huge TV, like, you know, and like you look at it nowadays, it was a small TV, so it was probably like 30 something inches. To me, it was like, you know, massive, and it was a tube TV, but it had the front of it had glass, like, or plastic, whatever it was. So it was as though it was a flat screen, but it wasn't really. But it had a nice big flat glass on it, which was kind of like a screen protector, if you think about it.
Did you used to enjoy going up to it and going
and licking it? Yeah, I would lick the screen
hand across it, making it crackle?
No, I'd just lick it. Be licking it all the time. And the remote, it had a remote control, because it's like one of the first TVs with remote, and it was that box, that wooden box. If anyone you remember that. So when remote controls used to be wooden, and when TVs used to be wooden. So there I am, carrying this massive wooden TV down the street, massive beaming smile on my face. Two things that you couldn't do nowadays. One is get a massive box-like TV. Two, carry anything like a TV down the street without getting mugged or stabbed or shot. So, you know, those were the...
Where do you live? Beirut?
London. No, I don't live in London anymore.
Oh,
like,
yes, sorry, I take that back. It's
south.
very, very similar to Beirut, yes.
Yeah. So thankfully I don't actually live in London anymore, but I was walking through London the other day carrying computer equipment for work. Somebody said to me, "You can't carry that." "Why not?" "You'll get stabbed." I was like, oh.
See, I live in the north. I can walk down the street carrying a TV. They don't know what it is. It's not a problem.
And after the anthem came on at 2 a.m, put your palms on the screen. What? Our living room TV came from the tyre store. The tyre store? On the first VCR rentals magic. Oh yes, Sanyo. Rental, because that's the thing. Yeah, they were so expensive back then. You wouldn't buy one straight out. No judgment, just an observation. Well, here's an observation. I love you, Secret Anorak. You have the only reason I've made any Uma videos is because of you. The only reason I was able to use Uma at the start was because of you. Everyone else in the Uma crew, Jamie's been nothing but helpful. Kanamis, legend. Uma, who left, has helped loads. There's loads of people, too many people to name. Laura also has given me loads of help over the years. But there's one particular person that I would continually spam, write down his advice and his steps, pretending that they were my own, and that's you. So, sir, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. But I'm just the mouth at the front of a very huge list of talented people. Yep.
I like to remind you that I did give you a pair of my trousers.
You did give me a pair of your trousers. Do you know I would never slip those bad boys on?
Do you know that I was like I sent you a random fanboy email of like, oh my god, you helped me so much. Here's a pair of trousers that I made with marvelous designer.
I'm sure it was very polite. Oh, they're wonderful.
And you were like,
keep up the good work.
And you were like, thank you very much. Just so somebody, it's the first time someone's thrown their slacks at me or something.
Slacks, one of my favourite words. Yes.
I was like, yay! And then I asked you like, where are you from? Would you like to go for coffee or something sometime?
Yeah.
Fresh human centipede. What the fresh be coming out? What the hell? Why have we started talking about human centipede? We're talking a very beautiful love story here, and then there's fresh meat coming out of human centipede.
I think he's on the wrong channel. Answered. Next.
TrueFX says, I agree with you. We are blessed to have such Unity mentors. And I include Betty with this as well. You're insane including me in that. You're insane. So thank you guys for making our lives so much easier. Thank you for being in here. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for chatting, all your questions, all your comments. Your continue to support for not only myself but for people like Secret Anorak, ! Secret in chat. Do pop over to his YouTube, click on that YouTube subscribe button, which as you know is free. It's like being a follower on Twitch. If you're not a follower already on Twitch, on here, slap yourself in the wrist and click follow on window. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun. We must do this again.
You do, you need to be a regular. Why don't we just bring you on and just shoot the breeze?
Oh, why not? as your followers leave you.
We'll leave with a nice outro. So have a nice professional outro. Hang on, I'm just going to be mute while I cough.
Yes.
So, that was the one, the only, the famous, the infamous. They've all got it in for him. The Secret Anorak. Mate, when are we going to see you again when you've got these tutorials, these wonderful new tutorials teaching us how we can actually put 100 Umas into a project with a 100 Uma challenge?
Right, give me another 2 years. We'll get there. I'll go and ask Kenimis, and then once he's told me, I'll claim it as my own. How's that?
Oh, that's great. Oh, mate. Catch you later, buddy.
Take care.
Take care, mate.
See you later, everyone. Thanks for hanging around.
Well, that was it for another live dev interview. I hope you had fun and enjoyed yourselves. You too can take part if you pop over every Fridays and Saturdays at orderws.twitch.tv/themessycoder 9 PM GMT time. If you want to know what it is in your time zone, use Google. So don't forget to all of your friends and neighbours. If you do like it, click it. Till next time. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now. And down below, there's that big juicy subscribe button. And right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.